It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in to The Local Show, the 2023 early summer edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my good friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. On The Local Show, we feature conversations about local businesses. We talk about how they got into business, and we talk to the business owners, the CEOs, the CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other people who are more successful than us. We learn how they do it all and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. You're going to hear all about their successes, their challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. Hello there, Steve. How are you, man?
Can't we just say it's the just barely almost summer?
Well, I was going to say pre-winter, but
you do that about August 5th.
It's the pre-campfire season.
Was a little smoky this week. Yeah, can you smell it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, I can't smell anything.
Oh, yes.
No, it's a family joke. Like, we could hit a skunk. It could be attached to the car in the back seat. I'd be like, I don't smell anything.
Right.
Right. But
which is why I eat beans the night before we.
Well, there we go.
This, so.
I think it's why I like spicy food, because yes. I like things that I can. I think it's because my nose doesn't work. But
I was surprised that I could smell it, and my sinuses were good up until this point. I was doing all right.
Was this week rough? Because
it was rough. My eyes bulging out of my head.
Is it the smoke placebo, or does this really affect you?
Yeah, that's a great question, because you know me. If somebody says, "Hey, this is toxic gas," I roll around on the floor. No, it was just perfume, Tom. We were just kidding with you, But yeah, it did bother me. Yeah, and I had a headache in the morning and all that stuff. So it kind of exacerbated any allergies I was having. Yeah. And I think that happened for a lot of people.
You don't look terrible.
No, I don't look as bad.
You don't look good, but you don't look terrible.
It doesn't look as bad as I feel.
Okay.
Hey, we got a great show for you, folks. Stick around, because Todd Cruikshank is coming up. He's the owner of the Pond and Rock Shop. Alexander Toliv is a physical therapy doctor. He's a doctor of physical therapy, and he owns Home Stretch. I kind of think that's a cool name. And he'll be by. Aaron Look, the owner of Glass Doctor of Syracuse. Josh Lang, pastor of Redeemer Church, will stop by. Dr. Warren Hilton, president of Onondaga Community College, and Ryan Nellenbeck.
Big news on that one, Tom. Yes. So we'll get there.
Yeah.
Big announcement.
Yeah, big announcement right there.
Okay.
Dave Martin, builder of custom homes. Okay, Martin Custom Homes. He'll be here. I don't know if Andy's coming with him or not, but at least
we'll find out now, won't we?
Is Dave dad, or is
yes.
it? Okay, I just want to make sure. Sheila Ostrom stops by, owner of Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions. Dr. Joe and Dr. Mike Fallon's from the Family Dentistry. Yeah. Your favorite.
Yeah, they're actually today. They're I didn't tell you, Tom. They have a new method where they drill to the nerve with no Novocaine, and they want to try it out on you.
Yeah, I asked them to bring big chrome tools just to scare you.
And this really ugly thing he used to spit in his kids. That was awful.
It'll rattle you nicely. Stick around. Local show in full progress. Right now, it's our pleasure to bring a new person onto the show. It's Todd Cruikshank, the owner of the Pond and Rock Shop. How are you there, Todd?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Did I pronounce your name properly?
You
good. Because the only Cruikshanks I know is the cat on Hermione Granger.
Yeah, I thought it.
Yeah, that's one of my daughter's favorites.
I thought it sounded like something a prisoner would use to hurt somebody else.
a Cruikshank.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. I don't know.
That's wonderful. Todd, are you a local guy?
I am. I'm born and raised here in Liverpool, and I've been in the area for my whole life, and recently purchased the Pond and Rock Shop about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what got you into that kind of a thing?
So I went to school for landscape design, and so I've been in the landscape industry.
They have a school for that?
Yeah, they do.
Where?
Actually, yeah. Well, they have Morrisville. There's ESF. There's Cobleskill.
Okay.
Alfred locally. So I went to Morrisville, and was kind of hooked on the landscaping. So I've been in that business for a long time, and then moved from there to distribution. So then it was just distributing landscape supplies.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean.
So then that kind of rolled into an opportunity that the Pond and Rock Shop was for sale.
So they said, hey, you know what? We'd like to sell. You want to buy it? Was it one of those?
Yeah,
deals?
I don't think it was one of those, but it was more of knew the owners and got to know them and their business, and they put their trust in me to purchase the business. They've been in business for 30 years. It's their 31st year in business. So, yeah. So they've had a few locations, and the location we are currently in Cicero, they've been there a long time.
Yeah, I see them when I go over 481.
Right.
I can see the whole
when you
thing.
rent a U-Haul, when you're moving it all the new things.
Right.
So what is it? What do you do? Tell us more.
Okay, so we're first and foremost a retail store. So you come in, we have pond supplies. If you need a pump for a pond, or maybe a fountain, or you have a little garden, we have aquatic plants seasonally for ponds. We sell koi and goldfish. Then we have landscape supplies as well. So if you're a contractor or a homeowner, you can come in. We have landscape fabrics. We have all the tools. We can get you natural stone. We have that right in stock.
When you say natural stone for a countertop?
No, it'd be like natural stone for a patio.
Okay.
Or so like flagstone, bluestone, things like that. And we have a delivery service, so we can deliver that to your house, to your project. Nice. And then we also provide pond service. So from March until almost December, we have a technician that's out opening ponds, putting pumps in the ponds, cleaning ponds, and we provide monthly service, weekly service.
What's in a pond? So like a pool, you don't put chlorine in a pond.
No, we put natural bacteria.
That'd probably be bad for the fish.
You wouldn't have fish.
Or the koi and goldfish, which most people call carp, Tom, but they have to put a spin on it. Okay, go ahead.
But they're prettier than a typical carp, right?
It's actually a carp, but who's
that's right. You're absolutely right. So we put natural bacteria in the ponds. So they have bacteria like clarifiers, water conditioner, take chlorine out if you're filling your pond from a hose and you have chlorine in your water. But we also have bacteria that help eat the sludge in the bottom of ponds to keep the pond healthy and clean. So we have a whole line of those as well that we have our own brand.
Do you make ponds?
We don't really make ponds. We do a little bit of service where someone says, hey, I'd really like this waterfall over here. We might do some of that build for them.
So you'd have to get a contractor to actually build the structure, and you have all the supplies
and
for
we
it.
Also have a list of companies that we work with that build ponds too.
Gotcha,
so if you're
in
Cicero area, we partner in the building with a company called Landmasters Landscape and Construction, and they do a lot of pond builds.
So it's like a giant outdoor aquarium.
Yeah.
I mean, like if somebody has fish in their lobby, these people have fish, and then in their yard. What happens in winter? Because everything where do you put the koi? Where do the koi go?
Well, there's people that do bring them in their basement, and they'll put them in a tank.
There's water there. Or just in the basement.
They'll put them in a tank. But we also, depending on the size of the pond, if you put an aerator in there, and then we also sell something called a de-icer, it just keeps a hole in the ice. The fish will be fine all winter.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You feed them through the hole? I mean,
don't feed them at all in the wintertime. They actually go into like a dormant state.
Tom should do that. He would lose weight.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You live off the fat
over here.
live off the fat of the land or the body.
Because we see the ponds, and this is exciting. I didn't know who did that.
It is wonderful. So, Pond and Rock Shop. Tell us again where you're located.
We're at 5607 Business Ave in Cicero, right off of Route 11.
And it's real easy website, pondrockshop.com, right?
Yep, and we ship all over the country.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are.
No.
There we go.
Well, maybe we'll have you on again and keep the conversation going. Thank you so much, Todd.
Thanks for having me.
Todd Cruikshank right there. Coming up next, Steve, we're going to talk with Alexander Toliv. He's a doctor of physical therapy and the owner of Home Stretch Physical Therapy right here on the local show on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM.